of the American Revolution, we have an organization called Junior American Citizens. And it's for young children from preschool through 12th grade that have the opportunity to enter whatever the category is that year. And it's more on the arts and literature level instead of writing an essay or doing something that they have to do. Well, you still have to do research for this, but maybe not researching the Revolutionary War or World War II. They're doing whatever the subject is that's more keyed towards an artsy kind of thing. So this year, it is the 50th year for the space shuttle. So that's our theme this year. Last year it was moving westward, and a lot of children did the Conestoga wagons, and the year before that it was the Madonna trail, the trail moving westward. And so this year they're celebrating on the science part of it with the space shuttle. Now, where they don't have to write an essay, but they can do photography, they can do, with the preschoolers, they can do 3 to 5 children together, and they can do like a mirage, or they can, with handprints and things like that, they can, and with the guidance of one of their teachers, but the children all do the work. And then that's on a long, what do you call it, like not a poster, but a banner, or like a banner that they can move around the table, and they're little, so they can, but we do have a poster, they can make a poster, they can make a stamp, they can do, and they have a new category this year, and it's not off the top of my head, I can't think of it. Oh, I've got it right here. Okay. Poster, stamp, photography is the new one this year. And then they can do digital art and a banner, which is for the younger ones. So there's many different categories, and they have to do a little bit of research. Now, the books haven't come out yet that the program has given us what the title is going to be, but they haven't given us our resources. But you can research your resources on your own, and I just pulled out some books that would be good for the younger ones that I had at home. And just even if you wanted to talk about the solar system, and because probably most of you are too young to remember when the first space shuttle went up. I can remember that because of my age. But they, one of the things that they did on that space shuttle, the teachers got together and said, is there something you can do for our children that would interest them when you're on the space shuttle? So they had children submit what kind of toys they would like to send into space, and they did experiments with toys. And so I brought some of those with me. One was a slinky. I couldn't find a metal slinky anymore, but they now have plastic slinkies. So they did all kinds of experiments with the plastic slinkies, with a yo-yo and a toy car, and they also had a paper airplane. So the paper airplane, and it's really cool. You can go online and you can see the astronauts demonstrating these things, and the children could get ideas from that. They could make a collage maybe, or even photography. They could put all of those things together and do a really good, really cool photograph of it and submit that as Toys in Space celebrating 50 years. And just, I mean, you can do all kinds of things. You could just, the kids can even come up with better ideas than we do. But even if they get a little bit older, they might want to do the solar system, or they might want to draw the space shuttle, or so there's so many different things that they can do and get excited about, and books that they can read or that you can read to them. So this is it doesn't give all of the things that are going to be required, but that will be to follow. So when we get those a little bit later. So they're still developing, like I said, all the resources and things. But the Junior American Citizen does more than that too. They can have meetings. You can have a meeting once a week. You could have it once a month. You could have it twice a year. Whatever your organization feels that there's time for. But it really teaches them about being a good citizen, and the really basics of how wonderful this country is, and how we should take care of it and take care of each other. And even small things like littering, and how can we work better to not, to keep our wonderful world that we live in, and especially the country we live in, clean, and talking about the clean water coming out of the mountain, but teaching them those kinds of things too, on conservation. And so It's such a wonderful program, and I learned about it towards the last 2 years of my teaching career. I wish I had known about it years ago, and I would have incorporated it right into my classroom with my kids. And would have gotten all the teachers in my building to start, because it is a wonderful program. So I have some bookmarks, and this tells you a little bit about it too. These are our values, and you can take one of these home. We also teach the basics about the flag, the Constitution, laws and rules, and why it's important to follow those. So I don't know if this is something you'd be interested in homeschooling or not, but it's out there for you. It's another resource, and it can get as deep as you want it to, or you can do, they have badges for the kids, they have an opening prayer, they have, it's just a wonderful, wholesome program for the kids. So.
And you have a traveling library?
We do. Yeah, we have started that in our chapter. We have a traveling library. It's in a cart on wheels, so it can be taken to each lesson. It can be taken to each meeting, and the kids can follow along in some of the books. So we have enough books that we can pass them out to almost everybody in the class, and not on this particular subject, but subjects on patriotism and the United States and anything. We have coloring sheets even for the little ones. So if you've combined a class, little ones could be coloring a picture of the Statue of Liberty while the others are learning the details about the Statue of Liberty and where it came from and why we have it and where is it located. So that's, and I love that they have the lessons that start from little ones and go all the way up, because you can have like you do often with homeschooling, many different levels of kids in there, and you can touch on it with each child can enjoy it.
Because it's preschool through 12th grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what I liked is that there are 3 different levels for the contests that a kid could be entered in confidentially.
Oh.
That they could be entered just a regular contest submitter. They could be entered
as a group. Is that what you're saying? They can.
I was going to say gifted or regular or challenge.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
They can also enter as a group. So let's say that you have the younger ones that are doing a mural. They can do that together, and then they can do something on their own too. So they can enter as a single person doing it, or they can enter as a group project. So that works too. So, but yes, there's. Say it again, Edie.
Well, you could enter. Say if a student were challenged, they could enter under that category, but only the person who submitted it for them would know that. It's not like that would be announced with their award.
Right.
Okay. So it's kept confidential. Yeah. Likewise with a gifted student.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's community service group, right?
Yes.
Project they could do.
In the if they're entering this in school, the teacher lets the person who's giving that. So if I go to a class and I ask the teacher to do this, or sometimes the art teachers do it, and the art teacher would let me know this is a special category. This child has special needs, or they're not able to do the type of work that the other kids are doing. And so you're the only one. You and the teacher are the only ones that know that. So
yeah.
So if you're a teacher, I know we have a class this year on the Constitution for high school level.
Mm-hmm.
How will we access lesson plans or information? Or how do you sign up, or how does it work?
I have sign-up sheets, and you can, they don't have any lesson plans right now on this, but they will have. And you can,
when the resource packets come out.
Okay. So you want to pass these out? And if we need to make a copy, I can make one more copy. But they have, like I think I mentioned, they have a motto, a prayer, a code, and values. And the values that we're looking for are showing courtesy and respect to others, being a team player, taking care of yourself and making healthy choices for yourself, what you eat, who you're with, what is, and making those choices at school. And hopefully these are going to rub off on them, where they can rub those off on their friends. Don't throw your trash on the floor, pick it up, and I'll show you where you can put it. But they also learn about American history, fundamentals and principles upon which the nation was founded, and respect for the flag. They learn, there's a whole lesson on the flag, promoting patriotism. So it's promoting patriotism for the country. It's God first and then country is how JAC does it.
And if an individual homeschooler family would like to do this, they could still.
They can do it too.
Okay.
Yep. So just like our boy that won last year.
Right, they would just get in contact with our local chapter of DAR, and we'll show how to do that in the credits here.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions?
I don't think, I'm just, if the teacher for this class is interested in just knowing more, looking over curriculum kind of thing, understanding if they can make it work in their classroom, what would that look like?
We can send you some materials, or you can ask me to come and teach the class, and I could come and teach a 30-minute hour class, whatever that. If you have a group that you want me to do that for, I can do that too.
Okay.
And there's no cost.
Yeah, no, except for the materials. The children would have to buy their own materials for the art project. So whether they're doing crayons and paper, or they're doing paints, or they're doing pastels, or if they're doing the digital art, so they need their own phone, or mom or dad's phone to be able to do that and take the digital pictures. And
So how long of a program is it?
In September we'll have everything we need to shoot it out there to everyone, but they have until December, so it's about 3 months to get it all submitted, and then it goes off to state.
Okay, that's cool.
But people could do the club year round.
Yeah, you can.
Things
But this
to do
particular
year-round.
project for each year would be about 3 months. By the time you get the information and it's time to turn your project in, it's about 3 months.
Okay.
But it's an ongoing, that could just be one part of the JAC if you decide that you'd like to have JAC in your program.
Okay.
Or if you just want them to do the art project, that they want them to do that, whatever that is, every year.
Okay.
And one more question: is there a cost to submitting the contest entry? I forget.
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's free also.
No.
Cool.
Okay.
And the awards, they do give them ribbons and badges, and there's a monetary award. So they, and we do that. The DAR picks up the tab on that one.
Okay.
And they're celebrated at a luncheon. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's in the newspaper.
That's
Usually
right.
their pictures are in the newspaper, and they come every year and take their picture. So, and it's right along with the essay winners that year. We kind of lump them together, and we put all the essay winners and contest winners that day, and then the newspaper breaks it down, and they know what they printed in there. So it's a wonderful program. If you're interested, you know how to get in touch with me. And
Okay.
Are these programs set out on a county level? So if you have a group like in York County, is there another, would they register through somebody else?
there are, yes. So if you're in York County, they would register with the closest. If they don't have a JAC though, you can. I can take it. But if there's a DAR chapter there that does it, but I can find out that for you if there's a chapter in that. Are you in York? York.
I'm just thinking, I'm involved with Scouts.
Oh, yeah.
We're right on the borderline of Adams, York, and
Okay.
kind of have a little bit of everybody.
So we do Adams County, but we can, he's Adams County. The little boy who won last year is Adams County, but there's from Littlestown. But
that's an interesting point, that if you have a scout group or a church group or any kind of civic organization, they could add this to what they're doing.
yes,
And
yes.
they don't have to have a standalone JAC club.
Yeah, and the
Although
one thing
they
about
could.
Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, most of the things we do, if not all of what we do, can work towards our badges.
I'm a merit badge counselor. So I was
Yeah, so
wondering.
it's very it would be one of those things they could add to it. You usually have to do so many points or so many things in each category, but it does cross over and covers a lot of those things. So, any other questions?